Good day, YouTube. It is the 20th of February, 2021, and we're going to do a little project on the 66 F100 Money Shop Truck, and we are going to paint the bed. Well, it's not all going to happen today. We're going to prep the bed today, and we'll probably paint it tomorrow. I have a garden sprayer that I keep Simple Green in, so I have sprayed the bed down with Simple Green. Just got to get the dirt and grease and oil and whatever happening. I have cleaned the bed previously, so it's not like it was filthy, but it's certainly not ready for paint yet. The next thing I do is cover this thing in Comet. I've been doing this for years. My dad and I used to race cars. We'd even done destruction derbies and jalopy racing and all this stuff, and you've been buy an old car. I used to just simply wash the car with Comet and Scotch-Brite pads, dry it and paint it. That's it, and I've never had an issue because it gets all of that nasty stuff out of there. It's got abrasives in it, so it kind of roughs the surface. What we're going to do with this is get some Comet in there and use a brush and a bucket of water and get it all just scrubbed to get it clean and get the loose stuff off of it. Then we're going to come back with a rust converter and do most of the floor and the around the edges and so forth. And then we'll probably roll a Rustolium primer, literally roll it, and then just go in with a Rustolium white and paint it. And then I have a rubber mat for the bottom that came out of my 76 F250 camper special that I recently sold. I had a spray and bed liner put in that. And that's an option for this as well, but I think I'll just do the paint and the rubber mat. And I literally want to paint up to the bed sides all the way around. So that's the plan. So let's get up in there and get this party started. It's Comet time. It's gone. how we roll. We're gonna go to the car wash and wash it out. Well, we made it back from the car wash and it did get caught in the rain. But we got the bed all kind of sprayed out and washed out and rinsed it like 5 times, and just to get all the dirt and grit and whatever out of here. So I threw a little heater in the back. We're gonna try to dry this bed today so that I could put the rust converter on today. That way we could get to maybe priming and painting tomorrow. So we are gonna roll it on. We're not gonna spray it. I'm not spraying paint in here with all my other vehicles, and weather's just not conducive to painting outside. So we're going to roll it, which is fine for beds, and we're going to use Rustolium products except for the rust converter, and I'll show you a little later what we're using there. Again, I'm not going to do the tailgate because I am planning to repaint the tailgate. It's just going to have a new looking tailgate on it, not even patinted, just a new looking tailgate. It's the look that I want. Really want to preserve the tailgate. It's a nice straight tailgate, so we're going that direction, and that's what we're going to do. So I'll bring you back later today when this thing gets dry and we start converting that surface rust and getting ready for a painted bed. Alright, we've fast forwarded to Sunday morning. We have the truck bed all dry. I had a fan in the bed running all night long. This is the rust converter that we're going to use. Rust Sergeant, rust converting metal primer. I'll turn this around and you can see where to get some if it's something you're interested in. Let's see. I guess I gotta find out where the details are. Right there on the bottom. Central Point, Oregon. And then there's the website. So pause that if you need to. I've got some other videos where I've used this on some garden tractor wheels and different things. You can look around on my YouTube page there. I've got some videos kind of all in collections. Visit the ones for the John Deere garden tractors. And we're going to put some in that little roller pan, and I cut up a full-size roller into a little 4-inch roller, and we're going to get to it. And I would recommend that you not roll over paint with it. Just go over the bad stuff, all right? Because it doesn't dry so good on paint. It's really made to put on rust, not on paint. And then we might roll over this whole bed with some Rustolium primer, and then run over the whole thing with Rustolium paint. And then I'll throw a rubber mat in there where I'll feel good about it's not going to trap water and continue to rust the bed of this thing. So let me get some shaken up and poured in there. It goes farther than you think. It's consistency of somewhere between milk and Elmer's glue, and it kind of has that odor of Elmer's glue. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, I've rolled in the rust converter. I started here. Then I actually had an interruption. I had some folks come buy the rest of my Chevy parts, and they're on their way to put a nice little 283 together now. And then I finished everything. So this here's been sitting for half an hour or so. This one's more like an hour. You can see that all the rust has been turned black. The areas where it was paint, you can still see some of the rust converter is sitting there. So I've got a fan running on it to speed the drying, especially in the painted areas. I really ran a lot down the front crack there, and there is actually a tiny rust hole or two right over here where I really wanted it to go down and get that metal that was underneath that, and also into the cracks on the bedsides and so forth. So just made sure there was plenty in there. So the plan is once this is dry, and I've got my heater pulled over next to the truck to speed things up. I got started about 7:30 this morning. It's a Sunday. I knew I had these buyers coming early, so I've been out here early getting this party started because I was unable to get this done yesterday because I had the truck outside because I was messing with the golf cart. Needed to run it in and out. So this rust converter just needs probably another hour to 2 hours to dry. And then we're going to completely roll on Rustolium primer into the bed, all the way up the bed rails to on the inside. So I'll tape it off all across the top and roll on Rustolium primer. Let that dry real good. If it does dry successfully today, it really all depends on the temperature and so forth. If I can keep the heater going and keep the fan running, if it gets dry, we could put the paint on today. And I am going to do just white, a white, so it'll actually contrast the truck. You already did the bumper in white. Just like the look, like the clean look. Might do a combination of roller brush and spray. I have to see if I probably have to get a can or so of Rustolium spray paint to get especially these areas that are hard to get with a brush or a roller, so it'll make life easier. The whole idea is to protect the inside of the bed, make it look a little more presentable. But I am going to use it, and I am going to put a rubber mat in it that I have. And we don't want to trap moisture against this rusty bare metal. So I think that's going to be good. So let this dry and I'll bring you back when we take this to the next step. Alright, here's what we're going to use to prime the truck bed. I've got a roller pan in the truck. I took one of these dollar store, it's a full-size roller, and I cut it into 3 pieces. This is a third, so yeah, these are 34-cent rollers. Just cut them with a knife. Because I'm cheap. Throw them away. So, let's pop this can open. Bought this can last year for painting the top of the step van. Alright, the idea I think is to get all the sides done, and then because I'm probably gonna have to crawl in there, and then we'll do the floor. So yeah, we won't do it from across the bed, but and what the roller doesn't get, I'll come back with a spray can. I got a case of spray cans and primer, Rustolium. So this should work good. again, we'll get everything we can get with a roller, and we'll fill in the gaps. Spray can. Alright, one more, then I'll shut you down and bring you back. I did tape off the top of the bed rails. Alright, I'm going to continue. Alright, what do you think? . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Got her all laid in there. Nice. Nice thing about a roller is you can put it in a little heavier if you want to. You can really jam it in the corners, let her drip down in there, you know, where the metal comes together. I know there's some dripped out on the floor, and that's great, which means it got through there, especially in the front. I just laid it to it in the front to get down in all that metal that typically would rust out. So now it's a matter of letting this all dry. I left my heater up there and a fan up there and heater here, and it ought to dry pretty good. I would think in maybe even a couple hours I would be able to go ahead and coat the white. And I have a gallon or pretty close to a gallon of white, which should be enough because I would like to do this 2 coats. I'd like to get both coats on it today. Oop, I see I missed a little spot with the primer. I got to go back. And then it can dry all night. Then if I need to get it out tomorrow, I can. But better yet, let it sit a couple of days. So we'll go for that. All right, I'm going to bring you back in a couple hours when we start doing the white. You got to ask yourself, just how cheap am I? Well, this is a dollar store roller, 9-inch. This is a 3-inch roller frame, like that. So if you take a good sharp knife, hopefully this is, and do this without cutting your fingers. Yeah. Yeah. I lost my mark. There it is. And you end up with a 3-inch roller. Not only one, but 3 of them. That's how cheap I am. You gotta get the fuzz off. Alright, we're good to go. Let's put some white on this baby. And there's what we're using. Rustolium high performance protective enamel and a gloss white. Yeah, it is not a match to the truck. It'll be much whiter. I have already taken a spray can and went around this areas that were going to be hard to get with the roller. And then we'll just paint up to it. So hopefully the color matches right on. But there's still going to be some areas we're going to have to retouch up. But I just thought I'd get me a head start. So then, let's fill up the roller tray, which is buried in there somewhere, and get to painting. It's about 8 o'clock on Monday morning. I thought I'd get this going as early as I can so that we could hopefully get a second coat before the day is over. That would be cool. I hope this is white because I've been known to mix a few. It is. It's going to take a little over a quart, I think, to make this happen. Or probably about a half a gallon to get 2 coats on it. Right. Let me move this out of here. All right, let's get to painting. She's a little bumpy in here. I think all the firewood and gravel and bark dust and stuff this whole truck has hauled in its 50 years. 55 years. Yep. It actually goes pretty fast. Probably take 30-40 minutes to get this rolled out, first coat. All right, you get the idea. I'll bring you back when I got her first coat done. Well, there we go, guys. First coat has been applied. It looks a lot better. I think what I'll do for the second coat is I'll go in with a brush and catch these areas that the roller didn't catch, like right there along those edges, that kind of thing. Just to be sure to, you know, this exact collar just doesn't, it'll look better. And I can see it pretty good. So I'll do that before I roll the second coat on, which hopefully will be yet today. It's not very warm out, but it's not raining, so that helps to keep the humidity down. I'm going to put the fan up, start blowing on this thing. I'm going to go get breakfast, so we'll catch you guys back here later today. All right, let's finish this up today. We'll get in here and get these crevices painted. Lots of fun. Sure is going to protect this bed, though. We're kind of preserving, not restoring, but all right. You get the idea. I'm going to bring you back when we're got the whole second coat on. So I'll touch this up with a brush on all the corners. Get the little roller back out. Knock this thing out. And again, let it dry for a couple of days. Well, gang, we're calling it done. What do you think? A long ways from what it once was. Again, if you're doing, restoring a truck or something, this ain't the way you want to roll. We're preserving this one. We're going to put a rubber mat in it in a week or so, and this paint has had a chance to dry and cure, and I'll not hesitate to go get a load of bark or load of gravel or pallet full of firewood or whatever. It's a toy truck, but that's why we've left it patina look, so we're not scared to use it. But we didn't want the bed to rust out, so we protected it with rust converter and a Rustolium primer and Rustolium paint. There we go. Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Try to get back to almost all of them. Thumbs up on the way out the door if you would, please. And continue watching the videos, and we got all kinds of stuff planned for this truck. So we'll catch you on the next one.